Here's the opening range recap for Friday, June 24th. I'm going to go over the S&P first. This is a 1-minute chart. I'm actually going to look at the 25% first. So the 25% one here, first pivot was a win. Second trade here was a loss. So you would have a most safe entry on this third pivot, which was a winner worth 3.25 points. So that was a winner for 3.25 points. That was the only most safe entry on the S&P for the 25%. Going back to the first pivot lost on the 50. Second one lost on the 50 as well. So this would be also a most safe entry for the 50%, which you're going for 6.75 points, which was actually right down to here. You hit it right to the tick, and you got your print. So this would have been worth 6.75 points on a most safe entry. Combine the two, the 25 and the 50 for most safe entries only, you have 10 S&P points, which is about $500 on a mini. Really quickly, the NQ winner on the 25 for both the first and the second trade. The first trade here on the 50 was a loss, and then the second trade was a win. So no most safe entries on the NQ. The one that's a little more problematic is the Dow. The Dow today had a few different entries depending on how you did it. But first one here was a loss. We're going to go over the 25% first. So the first one here was a loss for the 25, making this second pivot here a most safe 25% entry. It lost. This is just before 11 a.m. So you would enter 3 additional contracts at this point, and it came down and got you your win, and you broke even. So your 1 contract here, your 3 contracts here, you exit, and you broke even on that 25%. Now the 50% is a loss here, and it's a loss here. So this would be your first 50% entry. Now this is at 10:56 a.m., which we've talked about entering just before 11 a.m., whether you want to do that or not. But that is an official entry at 10:56 here on the Dow for a 50% most safe entry. Now it came down, it needed to get 49 points. It got 44 points. So it needed to come down to 245. It got down to 250. So it needed 49 points. It got 44. Talked about this before on the 50% for the most safe. The way that I do it, and I'll show you why here in a second, is if you're going to enter 50% most safe, and in this case, the 25% was also a win here, I think the smartest play is to, once you've hit your 25%, to put your stop at break even. So you would have put your stop, so once the 270, so once this is hit right in this area, you would put a stop back at your entry, which would have been 94. You would have got stopped out with a break-even trade. Again, we missed it by about 5 points. So we were up 44 points at one point. We needed 49. So the reason I do it that way is I'm not going to take, so in this case, I was up 44 points. I'm not going to, and the opening range was 98 points. I'm not going to go from a 44 point profitable trade to have to wait another additional 98 points against me. So you're going to have a 150 point swing before you can enter a second additional trade. And when you do enter that second additional trade at pivot number 4, your best case scenario is just to break even anyways, just because you're adding 1 additional contract. So it doesn't make sense. And in this case, you're going to be sitting there all day long waiting for that to happen. So you could be out here, at 11:25 or so with a break-even trade on this, and you broke even on the 25% as well. And your add contract isn't until like 3:39 in the afternoon. So you just wasted 4 hours of your day waiting around to add a second contract. And you can see the market took off. The Dow was up 800 points today. And if you wanted to, you could add additional contracts here, but this is at 4 o'clock. So again, the way to trade that, the smartest way to trade it, in my opinion, is to, once you hit the 25% in profit, put your stop at break even, because you're really looking for this to happen fairly quickly. And if it's going to have to dink around and come back up and down, you're going to have some problems here. So anyway, depending on how you slice it, it could have been a very ugly day for you on the Dow. Officially it is, but realistically this area should be your stop out for that. But either way, the S&P did very well today. So have a good one. Talk to you next week.